Greetings, salutations, respect and love. I am Scott. You are in the Prog Corner, and today I'm excited to talk to you freaks about an archival release that's been reissued. I've said it before. Bands, labels, promoters. Man, if you want me to talk about your band or your project or whatever is going on, a little bribery goes a long way. And shout out to James, who works promotions for Chrysalis Records, who sent me a little care package, and that's why we're doing today's episode about the Mandala Band. I really like this band. They started out as like an actual band and then kind of turned into something else. It's the brainchild of David Rahl, who's an Egyptologist. The debut album came out in 1975, and they actually had a real band in tow. And then that thing split up and put out a second album in 1978. I guess, somebody had contacted David about doing something about Lord of the Rings. So, the movie never happened, but we've got the second Mandalaband album. They remixed and remastered the first two albums. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to look at it in a minute. A little history lesson about Mandalaband. David started his music career in a band called Ankh. They were promoted and supported by Eric Stewart from 10cc. They got signed to Vertigo, but an album never happened. In 1970, David decided that he was going to be a photographer, and his photography adorns the gatefold of the Moody Blues as A Question of Balance, so check out his photography skills there. And then he decided he wanted to get back into music, formed a band, and went on tour with Robin Trower and released that debut album from 1975. It was just called Mandalaband. The band at that point was John Stimpson on bass, Ashley Mulford on guitar, Tony Creswell on drums, Vic Emerson, who had been doing some work with some people. Check him out, look him up, he's a good dude. And singer David Durant, kind of a different kind of singer. And then in 1978, like I said, they dropped their second album, Prophecies, The Eye of Wendor, based on Lord of the Rings, a movie that never happened. And you've got all kinds of people on this album. You've got all four members of 10cc. You got three members from Barclay James Harvest. You got Justin Hayward from the Moody Blues, Noel Redding from Jimi Hendrix's band. You've got Matty Pryor from Steel Ice Band. So it's a real all-star cast and a really cool record. But the star of that second album is Wooly Wolstenholme from Barclay James Harvest. And then, lots of time went on. There was a third album that came out in 2009 called Ancestors, and then a fourth album in 2011 called Sangreal, Mandalaband 4. I believe this is probably Wooly Wolstenholme's very last recorded output, but that album also had Troy Dockley from Nightwish, Mart Atkinson from Nine Stones Close, Kim Turner, who's Martin's brother from Wishbone Ash. Yeah, some all-stars definitely on those records, but we're going to be talking about the first two Mandalaband albums and why I'm so excited. And wow, look at the debut album, man. Look at that beautiful artwork. This is about the Tibetan province's resistance to Chinese oppression. Just a beautiful package. If you like, proto-prog, even though this was 1975, it definitely has a proto-prog kind of feel to it. Just a dynamite record, side-long epic, takes up all of side one. And then side two, you've got some shorter tracks. There's 4 shorter tracks, which definitely make me think of early Yes or Flash, something like that. So this is Mandalaband 1. We're going to crack this thing open in a minute, but I want to show you the second album, 1978, Prophecies, Eye of Wendor. This is a different album cover than the original. I don't know if it's a whole lot better, to be honest with you. I guess it's a little better, but both album covers were not great. And then they gave me, James hooked me up with the CD, a 4-CD set. It's got the 2 original mixes, and then the 2024 remixes done by David Rahl himself. So let's crack some of this product open, shall we? We'll start with the CD. Take a look at the packaging here. See if we like it. Alrighty, here is the box. Okay. It's got booklets, yeah. Nice little booklet. Looks like it's about 30-page booklet, and then the actual CDs themselves. The first one, the Eye of Wendor. What's this? Oh, and these are the 2024 remixes of the first one and Eye of Wendor. So there's 4 discs in this set. I haven't listened to the remixes yet, so I can't comment on them, how they sound, but I'm excited to crack open this vinyl. Let's do it right now. I'm going to old school it. You know how we do. There you go. Put a little heat on there, and then the shrink wrap just comes right off. Yeah, working in a record store for 10 years, I learned a couple things. Let's take a look. I've never owned this, so I don't know if the gatefold is a new thing or if that was on the original. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's look at the vinyl itself on the Chrysalis label. Very nice. Black vinyl. Looking great. It's even got the same... catalog number, 1605. I double-checked that. Yeah, so that's the first one, Mandalaband. I love it. Now, the second album was a little different, a little more orchestrated. Definitely reminded me a lot more of Barclay James Harvest, which absolutely makes sense. Justin Hayward shows up, so Moody Blues. Definitely an influence there, too. And anytime you get to hear Matty Pryor, it's always a good thing. But this is the second album. They weren't really a band at this point as much as a project of David's. Let's check out the gatefold. There he is. All right. Let's look at this vinyl. And we've got the traditional Chrysalis colors. And I love it. That is awesome. Mandalaband put out 2 albums in the 70s. I'm telling you, they're both highly recommended. In fact, I'm going to give scores to all 4 of their records right now because I can. I'm going to do it. The first album, Mandalaband. This is a great record, man. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I love it. I've always loved this record. Really, really cool. Second album, Prophecies. A little bit of a step down, a little bit of a different beast. It's not perfect, but I really like this one too. I'm giving this an 8. And then they put out their third album in 2009. Let's give that a 6.5. It wasn't great. And then the fourth album, Sangreal from 2011. Heck, I'm going to give that a 7.5. I like it. So those are the 4 Mandalaband albums. Thank you, James. I wish I knew the name of your company. I wrote it down, but I forgot. Yeah, you know who you are. Thank you so much. Mandalaband. Are they, especially that debut album, is that thing a hidden masterpiece from the 70s? I think it is. If you haven't heard it, it's really cool. Mixing Tibetan chants and yes-inspired prog. It's a weird thing, but I really like it. Anyway, later on this week, I'm kind of taking it easy this week because I'm working on my ranking all 208 Yes songs that we're going to do on Saturday. But before then, Friday, it's going to be Scott versus Scott. Scott Medina from Sonic Perspective versus Scott Me, Laid from the Prog Corner. And so Scott versus Scott, Steve versus Steve. We're going to be battling it out, debating it out, seeing which Steve we like better. Is it Steve Howe or is it Steve Hackett? Who's the better Steve? Find out Friday on the channel. And then, like I said, Sunday. Absolutely, Sunday's going to be fantastic as I rank all 208 Yes songs. It's ridiculous. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I've got some album reviews hanging on me. The new Carphagen album's really good. I'm really liking it. New Drifting Sun comes out next month. That is incredible. And the new Semiramis. You guys know how much I love my Italian prog. Semiramis, 50 years after their debut, they come up with a second masterpiece, so we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But anyway, I just wanted to do an episode about the great Mandala Band in case you guys don't know who they are. are, or in case you did not know that their first two albums have been reissued on vinyl, because every time I'd find them, they were like 80 or 90 bucks. So thank you, Chrysalis Records. Thank you, James, for sending that to me. And anyway, I love you guys. Peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. Yeah, it's a good time to free Tibet, talking about Mandalaband. And God save King Chucky III. Save that boy. He needs some saving. He's had a real bad diagnosis and he could use your thoughts and prayers. So give that boy plenty of both. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.